Right.
have been dividing this country since Barack Obama got into office, and they used that to divide this country. But the best thing that we saw, and I love to applaud the people, the citizens of South Carolina, for coming together and not being used
Right.
as a black and white issue.
Yeah, this is not. This was domestic act of terrorism. This is not a hate crime. This is a domestic act of terrorism. Okay. I mean, what happened was the white supremacists came in there, and again promoted by ISIS, promoted by social media, Facebook and Twitter. They're using the social media as a recruiting platform to promote ISIS, to promote terrorism in this country. Does anybody else see this? No. Where's the news media at? They're buried. They're sweeping this story on the rug. It's not being broadcast anywhere but except for our network. That's what we're doing right now, Sam. They're addressing it, and this is going to go viral, by the way. We're going to send this out. We're going to make sure that the news media is held accountable, because did you know Lois Lerner is going to have to go testify in Congress on Monday with the IRS for attacking Tea Party such as yourself, such as me, and also they have attacked they attacked with the hate mails of the emails that Lois Lerner did. The business owners got fined $700,000-800,000, for unlawful taxes, which they did not do because of the email scandal. That's what Lois Lerner created. She made a big mess. This country is becoming a socialist nation right under our noses right now, and there's nothing to be reported about it. I want to know why. Go ahead, Sam.
Yes, you are absolutely right. Our hands and our lives are in the media's hands right now. And so many times, Mark, I applaud the Facebook users and the Twitter users, because there are so many of us now that we override what the soup of the day in the media is. We're able to get out more information than even the media. So we are leading the media story.
That's right.
Based on a lot of Facebook people communicating and giving their responses to the things that are happening. But everybody, Mark, got involved in that. From Lindsey Graham to Hillary Clinton to who else was out there? I believe there were quite a few. And even Donald Trump said something about Hillary Clinton attacking him about that shooting. Listen to me. This does not go to anything except a young man who did not have a job at the age of 21. By the age of 15, he's already going through all of these psychotic drugs. We don't even know how many of these youngsters have gone through, without being on the news, with Zoloft and Ritalin and other drugs, who have killed their grandmother. There's a lot of stories out there, Mark, but you're right. All of this is meshed into what the media is doing. And you talk about Lois Lerner getting up there. As American patriots, we have to wonder what's going on with our country. And that's why we've got to have we the people as the President of the United States of America. When you hear Sam go out there, I say to these people, take those D's and those R's off your back and strap that A for American on your back, because this is about us, we the people. Now you've got these people in Charleston, in South Carolina and the South, bringing up the Confederate flag. It has nothing to do with the Confederate flag. It has nothing to do with
the slavery.
Second Amendment. It has nothing to do with the Civil War and blacks versus whites. Let me just share this with you. You know I'm a God-fearing person, and I'm not changing for anyone. But when we get a hold of our senses and we use common sense, Mark, we're going to be able to share with the entire nation that we're never going to be used again by a political warfare that the United States government pulls on all of us. This black and white issue just came about so rudely in our faces when Barack Obama came in there and And the very first issue he dealt with was Professor Gates and Officer Crowley. He made that a black and white issue. Now, think back in your memory how old this young 21-year-old would have been 6 or 7 years ago when this began happening. And he heard about all of this black against white and white against black and the killing of police officers and the total disrespect. All of this was going into his brain and into a system of his that had drugs, psychotic drugs in it. So it's just not for naught that he was in that church where he could have gotten some kind of help, but his own father and mother did not notice or did not pay attention or did not look at the possibility.
They ignored the issue. That's what they did.
That's all it was.
They ignored the issue, and the guy's been psychotic. He had burglary charges. He had drug possession. He had use of a contraband weapon. He had use of knives, stabbing. I mean, he vandalized. He did destruction. He done arson. I mean, this guy's got a rap sheet up the kazoo, and this guy is just all he is just an act of evilness, and the only way to stop evilness is to bring the guillotine back in front of City Hall and do a town hall beheading, and that's the only way that's going to stop this kind of nonsense from happening, is to bring these the people who want. If ISIS, these people like ISIS, people like this young kid wants to do this act of evilness, bring a guillotine back in front of City Hall, that would stop this problem and telecast it. Do a live, a podcast. Do a podcast about it and put it out there and give it to the Muslim terrorists. You know what? That would end the problem for 70 years. Even Jack Pershing got it right. General Jack Pershing, he got it correct. This is what we need to do. This is how we stop. This is how we stop. They want to bring. They want to go back to the Stone Age. This is how we handle it. This is what we do. We can do this, and it's legal to do it.
Yes, and what's got to happen now is, even as I was a child, and possibly the way you were growing up, you realized that there was a higher authority and the police officers, and that we would get in trouble if we did incomprehensible things. If we did these kind of terrorist acts, or if we thought about harming any of our brethren, we would never have thought of things like that. And these youngsters today just don't seem to get it.
That's right.